Hello everyone, welcome to Black Arrow Gaming. I'm Bob, and this is the 27th episode in my third Age of Wonders 3 Advanced Strategy series. I am moving in on Grelka. I'm bringing this army down from the north, and this is kind of where I want to start with this week's episode with the comments. The first one that I got came from Guess Who 115, mentioned that the druid that I've got here really doesn't need this melee weapon. That's a really good melee weapon, and it should probably be getting used on somebody who is going to be more of a melee fighter. I looked through my heroes, and I really only have two. The Theocrat that I was kind of turning into a melee fighter with pounce and the heavy armor, and then there's the Dreadnought. The Dreadnought already has an item that gives first strike, but it's not nearly as good as that Trident. So I'm going to send this to the Druid, and then I'm going to go to the Druid, send this to the Dreadnought. And then, of course, what I want to do is slot that there so she still has something, and then go back over to my Dreadnought and slot that Trident in for his weapon slot. The Dreadnought doesn't have that many great items, but that Brigand of Brigandine Roland the Rover, that is going to be fairly useful for him. That's a lot of defense and resistance, so that'll help. And he's already got pretty good resistance from the Slacks of Sorcery too. That's a good item. So yeah, that's a good move. I haven't done as much item management as I probably should have in this series. Try to go over it every now and then, but I haven't really talked about it that much. Let's see, the second comment that I wanted to go over came from both Mr. Saribot and Anon Me. Both pointed out that if a unit evolves at the end of the battle, its earned XP is reset to 0. So, for example, when my snake evolved here at the end of fairly recently, it was a recent battle. He's had at least one since then, because when he was just a little shock serpent, baby shock serpent, when he evolved into the mature shock serpent, all of his XP is reset to 0 at the end of the battle upon evolution, so he doesn't carry any over with him. So this means that with 12 XP there, I've had at least one battle with this shock serpent after the baby shock serpent evolved. There's a lot more to how units gain XP than I thought, and I appreciate Anon Me pointing this out and giving a link, which I will have in the description. It's a link to the Age of Wonders wiki, which is a whole page talking about how units gain XP and the limits thereof. I was asking about XP caps in the last episode, if you remember. It's a lot more nuanced than I thought, and I wouldn't even dare to try to explain it right here because I know I will get something wrong. Suffice to say, it's not nearly as simple as I thought that it was. If you want to read more about it, check out the link in the description, and most of what you'll be looking for is towards the bottom of that page. The last thing that I want to mention here is also from Anon Me, pointed out that the Bone Dragon army that I was looking for, kind of ironic actually, I went back and he saw it in my video when I didn't see it. It was near the city, and ironically I panned over to the city as I was talking about, like, I wonder where that Bone Dragon army is. It was right there. It was like kind of in this area here. It's been at least one turn since then. I don't know where it went. It looks like it could have gone up here. I don't know why it would. I think more likely it is crossing down here. Maybe they're in this area now. Hopefully I'll catch sight of them again soon and hopefully actually notice it this time. But yeah, that's still lurking around there somewhere. It's also possible it may have gone up to like where my Shadow Stalkers were. They're going to be busy though here because I have some orcs to kill. And I can surround these guys from both sides. Should be a pretty easy battle. Just a probable victory. Not as, you know, I'm not too worried about it. They might cast some spells, but I can cast spells too. I think I'll be fine. Stone Skin, not gonna help him do more damage to me though. Alright, that Fell Horse is definitely gonna charge somebody. I don't know if there's anything I can do to avoid that because he's got a bit more range than I do. Let's see if I can make him bite, or actually, you know what I'll do is I'll just move closer to him so he doesn't get the charge bonus. probably grouped up all my units together. Alright, there's Savage Rage. Here it comes. Okay, that guy got really beat up, and this is what I was worried about. He's gonna die because I didn't get this other guy in time to help. But that fell horse is going to die. Actually, I think I kind of want to do... I want to get the backstab in on that shock trooper, because that thing has a lot of defense. Stone skin on his priest, too. Well, at least he fumbled. Okay, should be able to kill the shock trooper now. And this other guy is going to take a couple flank attacks. Probably melee flanks. Okay, he fumbled. He decided to just take the hit from this other one and move away. Now he's dead. I'm going to back him off, actually, just in case. He's awful low in health. I can go in for the kill. So, down one Shadow Stalker. Unfortunately, I didn't really play that as well as I should have. I'm getting a little overconfident. But, still, I got that little army taken care of. Need to try to get some guys back near that cave entrance that I'm not really watching. It's possible the undead could send more stuff down that way, too. I think... I was talking in the last episode about how this army was a little far away, but I realized between episodes they're actually really close to being able to help go after Grelka. I'm not entirely sure that they need to. It would be helpful to know a little bit more. Well, okay, what I wanted to do with this Raven was go scout north for my Druid army's sake. I got a feeling all these units here are going to be more than enough for dealing with Grelka, especially when combined with these units here. So I'm probably going to send the Dreadnought army north to deal with the Necromancer camp that's just kind of being a nuisance. I think if I can get... No, they're just a little too slow. There's at least one unit slowing them down from getting... I bet it's the Spider, actually. As walking, cave-crawling forestry. There's some wetlands I have to go over, and I think it's just the Spider slowing them down. Well, stay on the road for as long as I can, or, well, actually, the shorter route's going that way. I'm going to see if they can reach. Let me see if I take the Spider out. Could I get there? No. Who else is slowing everybody down? Maybe the Goblin. Well, that's dropping behind an awful lot of my units. I think I'm going to go that route anyway. It's still the most direct. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to send them up there. I'll send the ferry down to join my other units in that area, because this army's they got a nice full stack, and I wouldn't mind having a Nightshade ferry to pool with all those other more heavy physical melee units. And then I think the Raven here probably would be best scouting. I don't know, actually. I'm not really afraid of running into Grelka up here. I think I'll send the Raven towards Grelka. Having more scouts in her area right now could only be good for me. Alright. It's tempting to build the slaughter pits here, but there's other things I would want first, because if you're going to make a dwarf city for melee units, it'd be a shame not to make firstborns there. I think I'm just going to go with great temples, laboratories, that kind of thing. Great temple would be useful. You can always use more mana. More mana in this game. Okay. I could reinforce that spell. She tried to disjunct it. Why did I just click that twice? Trying to get to the overview panel. Incite revolt. Reinforce, I could bump it up to 172. You know, I'm just going to be a pain to Grelka. Wait, I'll have to remember to do that at the end of this turn. Because I might need the mana for a battle at some point. Speaking of battles, this army has a little more fighting to do. I was going to pass this up until I realized that all of these little structures, I need to hit them all on my way down because they're all potential XP for that snake, and I would just love to have a King Shock Serpent by the time I get down there. I think I'm gonna look this up. I think King Shock Serpents have mind control immunity, which would give me a very good advantage. Yes, they have mind control immunity, so they can't be befriended by the druid shamans. Definitely want that before I send him into battle against a druid. So I want to try to level him up, and it makes sense to send a hero here, I think. Also, the other reason why this army needs to be fighting as often as possible is because this army is built to convert units. So I should be picking up as much of these independent units as I can. In this case, it's going to be a Dwarf Axeman, it looks like. Get the important units out of harm's way. Resisted throw curse, so I'm going to let the snake take the hits. Hopefully it'll stun them. If not, he can try to web them. I'm actually going to move him up here, let him just take all sorts of damage, and then I'll just patch him up with my druid afterwards. I want to go up there. I should have... how much movement does he have left? Okay, I can do this. Awakened? Here we go. Let's get the pressure on that prospector a little, since he can't rush over and hit me. And I got multiple opportunities to charm. Wait, no. No, it's just the one. I forgot. She doesn't have seduce. No stun. And of course they did defensive strike. Should have seen that coming. Alright, got the web anyway, so he's going to be the one I'm going to try to convert. Kill those guys. Snakes can get him. How are they doing with XP? 23 out of 30. They stunned that unit, so I'm going to let them finish it off. I'll nourishing meal so that I can use healing on the next turn for a little more XP for the druid. And I'm going to wait and try to curse him again while his guard is down. Okay, I have a few more options here because I really want to pick up units. First off, finish him off. Heal the snake. Wait a turn. Don't think she has any trapping abilities. If the snake attacks him, he's pretty much dead. Let's try this. His guard will still be down, so I get one more chance to try to curse him. He is just really resisting that curse. Alright. I can play the waiting game. Oh my gosh. Eventually the web's gonna fail and I'm just gonna have to kill him. Or, well, I mean, I'll try charming him without him being cursed before I do that. Oh. Oh. Here I am not thinking. Using abilities like web don't keep the battle going. You have to actually damage units. now that whole army has lost movement, and I think I lose a little bit of morale for having lost a battle. That's why you can't cheese the system like that. I thought that webbing would, for some reason, keep the battle going. I know better than that, but wasn't thinking. I'll swear I'm going to convert you, though. I'm going to get that guy. In the great scheme of things, that is definitely not worth all the movement I lost by waiting around for another turn. Ah, well. I've got things going on elsewhere, so... I was trying to get a hospital here. I don't really have anything else for this city to build besides a hospital. So just, despite the fact that... Because, I mean, there's not really any structures that appeal to me in the domain of this city. Magic Library would be okay, but that's too far. I don't want to mess with that. So I'm going to build a storehouse. I could build a Master's Guild and get... No. I'm going straight for the... I'm going to go straight for the hospital. I think I'm going to let the storehouse complete. I got to be careful with their happiness. I might hurry the hospital once I have the chance to build it. May need that area for unit healing later, so... monster lair. Generally speaking, animals that spawn in these places can't go across water. There's sometimes snakes, but they'll group up with other units that can't swim. I'm going to give these guys one more turn. Just one more turn to heal for them. Back here in Toldran... This was a city okay, I know where I'm at. I kind of lost my place on the map for a second. That should probably keep growing for now, I think. All these structures have been cleared, so it's more useful for me to get those things in my borders as soon as I can get them. Right. And then with this group, we'll just keep going south. I had planned to go after this structure. That's right. That's what I was going to do. But those guys needed time to heal, so... But this one, in fact the rest of my Shadow Stalkers, there's really no reason for me to hold them back. They should keep going. Oh, that's right, I was moving these units out to guard the bridge here. Don't think that's necessary anymore, actually. Unless, well, there's still a small possibility there's like an army in here somewhere. And I'm going to move up so I can see. This whole area appears to be clear. At this point, I think I would still prefer to hold these units back. For one thing, they're far enough behind my main army, and for another... I still don't know where that Bone Dragon army is, and I'd hate for it to come rushing in this way at some point and kill stuff. Plus, I have enough units on the front line to kill Grelka moving into the front line. It's still probably better for me to guard these little flanks and stuff, these little other areas, just so nothing slips past me without me noticing it or without me accounting for it or being able to do something about it. Alright, that penguin is probably gonna... See, like, okay, there's a unit that's kind of hanging out back here. I don't know where he came from. He must have just been exploring. I wonder if anybody's got... Okay, I can do something about him. He'll probably come running down towards this city. When he does, I'll jump in with a hunter and a penguin. I could actually move the penguin onto land, but that's alright. Two of them should be able to handle one razor bow. Okay, now that city is going to be for the druids taking. This army has other things to do. They're going to just go straight at Grelka. Also, since this army is heading west, anything that is in this city if it came down the tunnel, having this group of units down here would help me deal with that. In fact, I might let them kind of hang around this area until my Druid army has a chance to reach this city, Skam, from the surface, which is now going to be a little bit longer because I did something dumb. Alright, well, let's get these units as far through this forest as I can. That's really going to slow everybody down. Alright, looks like you can move there. You can move there. You can pretty much move wherever, but I'm going to leave him there. Oh, and then having the halfling over here will be helpful too. That raven is going to be keeping an eye on our capital area. Okay. Oh, and then of course there is my my queen's army. I think I'm going to send that one up. I think it's going to be shorter to get there on the surface, even though I will have to embark a couple of units. That's the shortest route to her capital, and I think that's where I want this group to go. I'm trying to remember if there's any other plans I had for them, but I don't really think so. I'm not just going to use them for structure clearing at this point. They need to be getting into the battle. Alright, they'll be able to embark on the next turn. I'll leave them on a mountain since they can get there. I think that's a mountain. Nope, that's dense vegetation. And these guys can sit. Just gonna have them guard that cave entrance so no stragglers sneak up behind me. And I want to see what's in this city, which is a bit far off. Still have enough happiness to continue hurrying production, and I'll want to do that wherever I can. I've got a bunch of these festival events on this turn, which is just kind of good luck for me. 294 gold, I got a bunch of mana, and I also got some research, so that'll be coming up here in a second. Oh wait, of course I can't hurry production, that's going to be done in one turn anyway. This one should also be building in one turn, that one in one turn, so I think I'm good there. Research breakthrough here, which all got put towards greater disjunction, that's fine. Really wanted to get that. Hopefully me having Incite Revolt on her city will distract her from casting her own spells, and she'll just keep trying to disjunct that. I probably don't have an advantage in terms of casting points. Okay, I can discard those two events. Since I didn't need my magic for anything else on this turn, I want to make sure that I reinforce Incite Revolt, like I was talking about doing. So I'll just spend any mana I have towards that, and we'll call that a day. Grelka captured one of my cities. They want to come out and pick a fight with me? I mean, that's fine. I wouldn't recommend it. That's a weird... Okay, no, they're gonna hold ground there. Ah, okay. Where did those units come from? Those guys are behind me. Huh. Okay. Well, I'll divert a Shadow Stalker to head that way. Now I'm kind of wishing that I'd punched through that wall, although I'd still have to punch the cave wall on the other side too. That's alright. This guy will go down that way, deal with that little problem. I can also send this group of units back, which should be more than enough to handle them. Being sneaky. I think I just ordered up a great temple in that city too, so that's kind of unfortunate. Rise of the Dire Penguins. Cosmic happening starting in 4 rounds. It's kind of funny, that happened right at the end of my first advanced strategy series too. Where can this guy go just to get, dig up a whole bunch of dirt? For the sake of keeping things from sneaking up on me, I'll probably leave the dirt in this position so nothing can come out of that cave entrance, sneak up this way, and like crawl all the way into the heart of my territory. I'd rather have it go right through that city so I'd get notice. So I'm just looking for a giant area of dirt. I'd love to get him over there. Actually, there really isn't any reason why he couldn't get over there if he were to cross that. I'm going to send him back this way. I've got an idea for him. And another failed attempt at disjuncting Incite Revolt. That's fine. That's exactly what I want. I think I'll grab Panic Attack. That could come in handy at some point. Combat spells seem like good things to get read about now as I'm moving in for the kill. Here, I don't really need more garbage units. I'm just going to take the gold. I'm sure I will need the gold eventually at the rate I'm producing Shadow Stalkers. I'd rather have that than anything else, really. Now, the question now becomes, where did those dragons go? I don't see them anywhere. I'm going to actually send these guys... I'm going to have these guys hang around here, just in case the dragons show up. I'm just going to put them on guard and let them stay there. They probably won't be able to do anything about the dragons by themselves, but it'll be good to have them in case of an emergency. I might be able to combine them with some other units somewhere and make some sort of a defense. Alright, I can hurry production. I'm not going to hurry production there now, because happiness is low enough that I don't want to lower it anymore. This one, I think, is high enough that it can handle one more. Although, as long as those other units are healing, I'm not going to send them into that Forbidden Sanctum yet, so I'll not hurry the production there, save the gold, save the happiness, and let these guys finish healing. In 2 turns, I think they should be battle ready. I don't really think I need to be building anything in this city. I feel like the city has a lot of population. Actually, this city has a balanced amount of several different types of resources. I'm not really sure what to do with this one. I think I'll probably just put this one on... I'm going to put this one on Produce Merchandise and probably leave it there. Its borders expanding don't really help me that much. There's not really anything else. Well, it could pick up Flow Rock Quarry. And I guess I could get that Crystal Tree. I'll go ahead and let them build... Now, you know what? It's fine. I'm going to leave it. Just gold. That's all I really need from that city. I can definitely afford to hurry production here. And not there, though. Not in my capital. So that'll have to wait. And now for the Shadow Stalker train, going all the way across the middle of the map. Oh yeah, I'd migrated this city to elves. I don't exactly remember why I even bothered doing that. Man, I would have liked to have explored that ziggurat, but I don't think that army's good enough to handle it. At least not without some casualties. Here I will go ahead and build the storehouse. There's a lot of things this city could benefit from by expanding. That actually would be a really, really nice city if it had time to really fully develop and grow and get upgraded. Wow, blast from the past there. I'd almost completely forgotten about this dwarf city. Not going to change what I'm doing with it, though. Alright, want to switch those two items. This isn't a bad chest item, getting defense and resistance. +2 defense, +3 defense, +3 defense. I think I'm going to send this to my queen, because her torso gear item gives her Holy Champion, which I don't find to be that helpful against a druid necessarily. Unless Grelka is slightly evil. Let me double check what Holy Champion actually does. I know it gives you a bonus versus certain types of units, like undead and stuff like that. But where's my hero's army? They're way down here. I know it gives bonuses versus certain types of units, like undead and that kind of thing. But I also dedicated to evil units, but not units that belong to a player with an evil alignment. So unless she has Shadowborn, I don't think it'd be helpful. And she does not. So yeah, Holy Champion isn't really useful for me here. Whoops. Okay, things that I already kind of know. Produce Nightshade Hollow. Fantastic. Okay, now I can start making Nightshade Fairies. I don't think either of these... No, that's like a defensive one. That lets me produce Unicorn. Nope, just want to go straight into making Nightshade Fairies here. I can't really afford to hurry production for these guys. I'll just set that on infinite production. Because that city's only content. Alright, time for me to get some good old-fashioned revenge here. Alright, buddy. You are going to come with me, whether you like it or not. He still resisted the curse. Let him move a bit closer. I'll have one more chance to try to curse him. He'll defensive strike the spider. Alright, this is it. If this doesn't work, my gosh, you are just stubborn, aren't you? Alright, let's heal the spider. Heal. Just try the convert. Oh, well, there you go. I just charm him anyway. This game's weird. Ooh, that's a healthy chunk of gold. And mana. Nice. I'll take that. Okay, now these guys can continue along. He's just going to hang behind. Ooh, that snake is... My druid used up a lot of extra movement there. I'll use the snake. He's got wetlands walking. Okay, more opportunities for XP. These guys are all tier 2 units. Gotta be a little careful with berserkers. They do really do a lot of damage. But I think that Shock Servant should be able to handle them. Just in case, though, give him a little buff. Actually remember to do that this time around. Can't convert the berserkers. They have mind control immunity, and I can't get the lost souls, so converting units is kind of out of the question here. What I can do, move the snakes up, and then curse probably the guy in the back. Okay, good. He resisted. which means this guy will come running out, go after the snake, but I don't have to worry about him. I don't have to worry about his buddy showing up and causing trouble yet. I want the druid there right behind the snake. And the spider there, actually. Alright, that's good. Aha, you've been stunned. I'm going to leave them on defense, so the other guy doesn't really get the jump on him. I'll probably kill that unit with my druid. I sort of want to just leave him on defense and let him just handle everything by himself. You know, actually, I think I see a way I can do this. So, for now, just Nourishing Meal. Let the other guy come charging in. Oh, I want to back him off a bit. This is all about maximizing XP game for that snake. Just letting him do as much as I possibly can. Okay, that's not where I wanted him to go. Alright, now maybe I can trick him a little bit. Now my guard's down. But they won't get the charge bonus from that distance. They'll do 10 to 16 times 2. The Lost Soul does... Okay. I'm going to kill that Lost Soul just to be on the safe side. Oh, there you go. They should go after the snake. And the snake should be okay. It already just leveled up once. Whoa! Okay. Well, you want to do that. That's fine. Let's see, can I turn him around? I should be able to. Not okay, pal. Alright, at this point, should just heal the snake. Let it do its thing. Of course, the extra treasure pickups that I'm getting from all these are really helpful too. In this case, well, let me check. Alignment's neutral. In this case, I want the XP, so I'm going to not let them run. No mercy. And I also would really like to get that human cavalry. Give me another unit to start upgrading. Try to get a knight out of him. Well... Oh, you just sit right there. Oh, forgot to awaken him. That's okay. I'll get him later. It's nice that the cavalry volunteered to isolate itself like that. No, sir. Get off of me. I'm going to try to web them now. Okay. Used up some of their movement. They'll probably hit the Spider Queen. That's okay. Want to finish off that unit. And that guy, I don't want him to flank my snake and turn him around. Now with the cavalry right there. I'm just going to snipe him. Let me see if I can curse him. Units are just having none of my curses. Alright. I can't try to web him. Can't really try to stun him without probably killing him. I'm going to try to charm him. First, let's give Nourishing Meal to the snake. Okay, cool. Human cavalry is a nice addition to this army. I don't think I'm going to come across enough structures to actually get my snake leveled up into a king shock servant. He's still got quite a ways to go. He's only a trooper. He's still got to go through veteran, expert, elite. Oh, that's alright. Whoops, I moved that guy right in the way. There we go. Keep the Black Knight with my druid, but the others can hang back. Dwarf's gonna slow everybody down. So I might end up leaving him behind. I was kind of hoping that this monkey would get really lucky and stumble across one of those like floating treasure ships or treasure boxes. That would be kind of nice, but very small likelihood given his vision range is so limited. Okay, I'm gonna fly by this city here. They've left it fairly empty. I'm gonna get away so those shamans don't chase me down. They might chase me down anyway. Meanwhile, down here, I think it is time to go ahead and take out another army of units. If I do this intelligently, I won't even lose much momentum. Hello, Grelka. That was a waste of frost breath. Only hit one unit with it. Oh, I think they want to try to kill that wyvern at the start of the battle. They're not going to get it. Okay, I have all sorts of options here. Nice. I want to keep him out of the fray for a little bit. Maybe it may have gotten a little too aggressive there. Because this guy is actually kind of in a little danger right now, and I can't really help him much with the fire wyvern because he is also in danger. Alright, well, let's get help over there as quickly as I can. Saber-tooth chariots have a lot of health, so I'm going to leave him just sitting there, being annoying for that unit, and send him over to Pounce, I think. Get behind that guy, go on defense, which prevents both of them from doing anything useful. I'm actually going to move him up and leave him on defense. And actually, if I go here, flank, he's kind of stuck now. They're both fairly well stuck. I might lose that wyvern. I might lose the wyvern if they both try to go after him. But because this guy might be able to handle damage from, he wouldn't really be able to do anything other than just move over there and try to hit him, though. He'd die really fast. That wyvern will actually probably be okay. Alright, let's think about these guys down here. Easiest thing I see right off the bat, they got fire and spirit protection. Wonder what that's... What is that coming from? Protection from light. Oh, that's the necromancer. She's giving that to them. That's annoying because I do fire and spirit damage with my mystics. I would be a little cautious with this army here. It's these guys down here that are a really good group. I want to get them into the fight as soon as I can. Maybe I can stun somebody. Odds aren't great, but odds are better of stunning the razor bows. Still didn't get it. Okay, those hellhounds may come after him. I'll try to make sure they regret it if they do. I think I can just kill those razor bows by spamming with these other units, especially if I keep getting critical hits like that. We'll see what he decides to do if I just sit on defense there. Same thing with the Panthers, they will absolutely destroy that tiger if it tries to attack. The wild card here is the shock trooper, because he's got guard breaker. He could kind of mess me up anywhere he wanted to. I'm going to save that Sun Spear. Might need that. Yeah, I think just getting up in his face and sitting there on defense is probably a good enough idea for this battle. That guy's still a little on the weak side, so I want to be careful with him. Oh yeah, he's got hurl net, so we can get the guy that's got more movement, or more health. Oh, right, entangling touch, of course. He's handling himself pretty well over there. So far, so good. I don't think anybody's being threatened. It's just an all-out brawl everywhere. Alright. You're dead. Those hellhounds need to be dead. Yeah, may as well use those chargers for something. That's what charge is for, I guess. Actually, probably should have used... No, I can do this with the Panthers now, that's right. How about just pounce them, turn them around, let the big beetles finish them off. And I think that pretty much takes care of all their units on that side of the battlefield. So I want to get up here as fast as I can. Leave my sorcerer on defense, actually. In fact, I'm going to harmonizing energy this guy. He'll be okay. Cover that little flank spot there. I'd like to get this guy up somewhere where he can maybe do something useful. Okay, so got entangled by that unit, which is annoying, but that unit's going to die. Martial arts is really, really good. Just keep that simple, stab him in the back. She's kind of bunkered in there. I can't really get to that unit with anything else until that Shadow Stalker's dead. So I think I'll leave the Wyvern where it is. Everybody else looks okay. I think the Saber-Tooth Chariot will be fine. He's got enough health. Whoa, okay. Odd decision. That was a good, better use of Frost Breath, at least, on her part. I wonder if I could heal that. I think I could maybe heal these Halberdiers before this battle ends. I kind of want him to just go down and hit her with lightning or something. Just to... Oh, right, and I can try to get that with my sorcerer, too. I can try to stun her. Although it doesn't really matter. I think this battle is pretty much over. Let's see, is there anything anyone else needs to do? I don't think so. In terms of maximizing XP, maybe the sorcerer, but I'm going to try to give him the kill. If I can stun her, and I can't. Alright, well then, just spam her with range attacks. If there's any other range attacks that I can get her with. The fairies are just out of range. Ah, you know what? Wyvern can get her. Kind of waste of XP for the Wyvern, but I don't want her to have a chance of killing the saber-tooth chariot that I had back there. Okay, the first major army's dead. And I've got plenty of movement. I could get to that city pretty easily. With that army, at least. Let's, well, I can send them down here just to see what I'm up against. Yeah, they could definitely get in there, no problem. It's this army that kind of slows everybody else down. I have to be careful how I position my units here. What I'm going to do is take this city with this group and then back them off to rejoin the others. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait, give my units a turn to heal. I'll get that city on the next turn. Reason why I want to wait until I can get a unit on the center city tile is that with my units set up like this, if somebody attacked the city, I think it would just pull those two in by themselves and leave this army behind. If somebody attacked the center city tile. So that's kind of why I don't want to actually take the city on this turn. Where my units are at now, if they come out and attack me, all three of my stacks will be in there. Gotta be getting close to, no, actually I'm really not. I've been trying to get Chaos Rift with this guy. Inflict Spirit Breaking is kind of nice, though. I'll take that. And then, how about Spirit Shield? We'll get some good unit buffs for him. Okay, I guess these guys can finally go take care of this. Still only a probable victory. I might lose somebody here. But I want gold and treasure. Butchers on that side, Marauders on this side. I generally like to try to take out weak units first, so I'll go this way. More a fan of decreasing the number of units on the battlefield, and that way you just have a few tough ones left to single out. You can exploit flank attacks and things like that. Okay, if the computers behave the way I think they will, they're going to let me set up in a formation, just light them up with longbows. I just have to make sure the round timer doesn't expire. Okay, I are just out of range, which is where I want them to be. Put those units here. So as long as your longbows are just out of range, or really any archer, you can basically do... send them through first. Just move up and decimate them. Okay, and that's one unit down before the fighting really even starts. And I'm going to need the help in this battle. Because I've got some tough goblin units to deal with. And my elves are a little squishy when it comes to poison. If that guy goes after the assassins in a straight up fight, that's not gonna end well for them. I think I might back them off so he has to come further around. And start softening up the big beetle or go after the warg rider. He can only hit those guys twice. At most, that's 32 damage. Yeah, they'd be okay. They could handle one round from that guy. Okay, and here's what I'll do with the spider. Move them up, and if the big beetles decide they want to go after the spider, then I can backstab them with the Tigran assassins, and then try to web them with the spiders. And if they go after the assassins, my spiders can come up behind them and web them anyway. I'm going to use this longbow to deal a little bit of... Wait, can that butcher reach anybody on this turn? It could reach the Union Guard, but I'm not worried about them because I don't think they'll attack the Union Guard because that's a cavalry unit. So what I'll do is I'll soften this guy up just a little bit and soften that guy up a lot. He definitely won't attack the Union Guard now. In fact, the Union Guard could just outright kill him. But I'm going to leave his guard up. Okay. Now I can do this. That guy didn't really have any good choices regardless of what he did. Assassin Strike. And now this guy is just going to get lit up by a whole bunch of elf longbows. Alright, cool. Oh yeah, and I'm still getting that, I'm still picking up treasure for the units that I killed too, so that's also helping supplement my economy. Whole bunch of stuff in here. I'm just gonna sell this stuff. I don't think any of it looks like it's worth spending time getting it sorted out to my heroes and stuff at this point. I'll just take the extra gold and continue to fund my Shadowstalker addiction for as long as I can. Everybody else will head back to that crystal tree, I think. Or maybe go down here and see what's in... I'm a little more curious to go down here and see what's in this treasure site. A whole bunch of eagle riders. Okay, that's going to be a little bit tougher than I think I'm ready to deal with right now. Although I could clear that Shrine to the Guardian Angel. That would help a little bit at least. Alright, let's send this crow kind of like here. Let's send him here. Keep an eye on this northern route for the moment. And get the ferry in the mix over here. Okay. Alright guys, I think I'm just going to call this one here actually before continuing on. I'll just kind of pick up where I left off in the next episode, but I'm coming up to my self-imposed limit here, so I want to thank everybody for watching and also give a quick update regarding the next week or so. I'm actually leaving to go to Virginia. I'm going to be in Virginia for my sister's graduation, and that's going to be, I'm going to be away from home for probably until like next Wednesday. Well, I know I get back next Wednesday. I'm just not sure whether I'll have time to record Wednesday and post a video Thursday of next week or not. So it's going to be a little while, more than a week, before you guys see another video come up from me. Just want to let you know that's why. I will be on kind of a mini vacation, so should be fun. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you in the next episode.